Why your Microsoft Purview rollout is failing, and it's not the technology. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I haven't recorded a video for a while, so welcome back. Let me start with something that might surprise you. Almost every Microsoft Purview project I walk into already has the technology. The licenses are there, the portal has been configured, people have also attended training. And yet, sensitive information is still being shared through Teams chats. Documents are still accessible to the wrong people, and organizations are turning on Microsoft 365 Copilot without really knowing what AI can actually access. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Your Microsoft Purview rollout probably isn't failing because of the technology. It's failing because of everything around the technology. And today I want to show you exactly why. If we haven't met before, my name is René Vliegen. I'm a Microsoft MVP and I'm focusing on Microsoft Purview and Microsoft 365 Copilot. And for many years, I've been helping organizations design governance, security, and compliance strategies that actually work in the real world. One thing I noticed is that almost every organization follows the same journey. Some move through it quickly, others get stuck for years. So I started describing it as what I call the Microsoft Maturity Ladder. From now on, this ladder is going to be the foundation of this entire YouTube channel. Every video I publish will focus on helping you move from one level to the next. And by the end of today's video, you know exactly where your organization stands, why so many companies get stuck, and most importantly, what your next step should be. So let's dive in. On my screen, you can see the Microsoft Purview Maturity Ladder. The ladder has 5 levels. Each level represents not just technology, but also your governance maturity. Let's start at the bottom. The first level, the ad hoc. Here's my first question. Do you know exactly how many sensitivity labels exist in your Microsoft 365 tenant today? And do you know who created them? If the answer is no, you probably are on level 1. At this stage, security and compliance happens when somebody remembers to do them. Policies are created without standards. Different departments make different decisions. Documentation is limited or doesn't even exist. People often say things like, "Oh, I think we already had a label for that," or "I'm not sure who created this policy." It's not chaos, but controlled, neither. The second level, reactive, this is where many organizations believe they are doing well. They have policies, they have labels, they even invested in Microsoft Purview. But almost everything happens because someone or something forced them to act. Maybe an auditor requested it. Maybe there was a security incident. Maybe even management suddenly became interested in compliance. The result? Policies exist, but they aren't consistently used. Data loss prevention has been sitting in audit mode for months, and sometimes even years. Nothing is actually enforced. Everything is monitored, very little changes. This is where I see most organizations today. Level 3, managed. Now things become much more mature. Policies are documented. Someone actually owns them. Hey, there is a review process. Changes are random and aren't random anymore. Data loss prevention isn't simply generating reports. It's actively protecting information. Retention policies are maintained. Sensitivity labels follow clear business rules. But most importantly, someone is accountable. There is a named owner for data governance. Because if everyone owns it, nobody will own it. Level 4, optimize. At this point, organizations stop guessing. Instead of asking, what do we think users are doing? They will ask, what does the data actually tell us? They use tools like Content Explorer, Activity Explorer, Analytics, Real Insights. Instead of creating policies based on assumptions, they're using evidence. Insider risk management is turned on. Communication compliance produces meaningful alerts instead of overwhelming administrators with false positives. Everything becomes data driven. And the last level, level 5, AI ready, this is where every organization wants to be before rolling out tools like Microsoft 365 Copilot at scale. Notice I said before, not after. AI readiness isn't simply switching Copilot on. It's understanding exactly what AI can access. Oversharing has been assessed, permissions have been reviewed, sensitive information is protected. DSPM is helping identifying risks, retention policies, including AI generated content, and much more. At this level, AI becomes an accelerator instead of becoming a new security risk. So let's find your level. Now I'd like you to answer the following three simple questions. No portal, no reports, just answer honestly. Question number one. Can you name the top three data loss prevention policy violations from the last 30 days without opening the Microsoft Purview portal? If not, that's already telling you something. Question two. Who owns retention labels inside your organization? Is it one clearly identified person or a team? Or does everyone simply assume IT owns it? Because governance is not an IT problem, it's a business responsibility supported by IT. And my last question, question number three. Before Microsoft 365 Copilot was enabled, did anyone actually access what Copilot would be able to see? Not what you hoped it could see, but it could actually access based on existing permission. If these questions are difficult to answer, you're probably lower on the ladder than you expected. And that's perfectly okay. Because you can't improve what you haven't measured. I've actually built this complete maturity scorecard around these questions. It will be available soon, and I will link it both in the description and also on m365news.com. Later in this series, we walk through the complete assessment together. Why technology isn't a problem? And this is probably the biggest lesson I've learned over all these years. Microsoft rarely fails organizations. Organizations fail themselves. Microsoft gives us incredible, capable tools. Pro, sensitivity labels, data loss prevention, retention, insider risk management, communication compliance, DSPM, and a lot more. The capabilities are there. The challenge, I believe, is ownership. The challenge is sequencing. The challenging the challenge is change management. Let me give you another example. This isn't one specific customer, it's a pattern I've seen many times. A company buys Microsoft Purview licenses. Everyone is excited. Management wants quick results. So during the first week, they enable automatic labeling across the entire organization. Suddenly, users start seeing prompts everywhere: emails, documents, Teams, SharePoint, and people don't understand why. They become frustrated. Some ignore the prompts. I will do it also. Some choose random labels just to continue working. Others actively look for ways around the process. A few weeks later, management proudly says, "Woo, we've deployed automatic labeling." But when exactly looked at the data, the label quality is worse than before the project even started. Not because Microsoft Purview failed, because the rollout sequence failed. Technology was implemented before people understand why it mattered. This is why I always say sequencing beats speed. Don't try to deploy everything in 1 month. Build your governance foundation first, then educate users, then enforce, and then optimize. The organizations that move slowly in the beginning often move much faster in the long run. What's coming next? This maturity ladder is going to become the backbone of this channel. Every video from now on will clearly tell you which level we're focusing on. That way, you always know whether the content is relevant from where your organization is today. In the next video, we took a look at the AI ready level. We'll talk about what organizations should actually do before enabling Microsoft 365 Copilot. Not after, before. And later in this series, I also launch a practical 90-day roadmap specifically for CISOs and security leaders. We'll break the journey down week by week and focusing on realistic improvements instead of overwhelming checklists. My final thoughts: if there's one thing I hope you remember from today's video, it's this. Microsoft Purview isn't a technology project. It's a governance transformation. Buying licenses doesn't make an organization secure. Turning futures on doesn't create compliance. Real success comes from ownership, from planning, from governance, and implementing capabilities in the right order. That's what moves organizations from reactive to truly AI ready. If you found this video useful, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me which level of the Microsoft Purview Maturity Ladder you think your organization is on. I generally read every comment and I will reply to you as fast as I can. If you're looking for daily news, practical guidance, and updates about Microsoft Purview, Microsoft 365 Copilot, or governance, make sure to visit my website, ms365news.com. And don't forget to subscribe. In a future video, I will be releasing the complete Purview Maturity Assessment so you can score your own organization and build a practical roadmap for all those improvements. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.